A giant ice wall, saucer-like aircraft using deadly ray-like weapons, pyramid-like structures covered in ice. For centuries, adventurers and scientists have been drawn to Antarctica's inhospitable shores, seeking to uncover its secrets. Besides being known as the coldest place on Earth, tales of Antarctica speak of hidden realms and ancient civilizations, of secret military bases, and unexplained phenomena, all trying to answer the question of what lies behind the vast ice wall. In this icy fortress, some believe that remnants of lost worlds lie preserved, waiting to reveal truths about our planet's past, or perhaps even its future. Others whisper of covert operations, of governments and secret societies conducting experiments so groundbreaking and controversial that they can only take place in the isolation that this frozen wasteland provides. Could there be truth to the rumors of uncharted lands, alien technology, or forgotten relics of bygone ages hidden beneath the ice? And is the ice wall proof that the Earth is flat? We'll find out in the new episode of Secret Origins. Welcome! Antarctica, an icy land of extremes, is home to a massive ice sheet, some parts of which are 3 miles thick. Even a giant mountain, comparable to Japan's Mount Fuji, would be covered by this ice. In this extreme environment, where temperatures can drop to -50 degrees Fahrenheit and winds can reach 200 miles per hour, only about 4,000 people, mostly scientists and military personnel, dare to venture during its peak season. There, at the southernmost end of the Earth, where the ocean meets an endless horizon of ice, lies one of the world's greatest natural mysteries, the Antarctic ice wall. This massive ice shelf, forming a colossal barrier around the perimeter of Antarctica, has held the imagination of explorers, scientists, and conspiracy theorists alike. Towering high and stretching seemingly into infinity, the ice wall is a geographical phenomenon that stirs the pot of global debate, with some regarding it as a mere climactic feature, while others see it as a pivotal element in a world of hidden truths and concealed knowledge. Some researchers and theories claim that it serves as a boundary to a flat Earth, concealing the true nature of our planet. Others speculate about what might lie beyond this icy barricade. Lost civilizations, secret military installations, or even gateways to other dimensions. So, is the ice wall simply a natural feature of our planet's polar landscape, or does it conceal secrets far more profound? According to the Flat Earth viewpoint, Antarctica is not a continent as conventionally understood, but rather an immense ice wall that encircles the edge of the flat Earth. This ice wall is believed to act as a barrier, containing the oceans and everything else within the Earth's bounds. Proponents argue that this wall prevents people from falling off the edge or coming into contact with whatever might lie beyond. But is there any chance for this claim to be true? The Antarctic Treaty, signed in 1959 and entered into force in 1961, is often cited by flat Earth theorists as key evidence for their claims. This treaty sets aside Antarctica as a scientific preserve, establishes freedom of scientific investigation, and bans military activity on the continent. But might the restrictions of the Antarctic Treaty be a deliberate attempt to restrict public access to the ice wall, rather than measures for environmental protection or scientific study? And is it possible that these regulations are specifically designed to prevent individuals from reaching the world's edge and uncovering the truth? Flat Earth theorists often claim that the geographical and climate conditions of Antarctica are misrepresented. They suggest that the icy conditions and the formidable natural barriers of the continent are exaggerated to prevent exploration. In their view, the ice wall is a navigable boundary, but the harsh portrayal of Antarctica's environment serves to discourage any investigation that could reveal the Earth's flatness. One piece of evidence that has claimed to prove the existence of this ice wall is a mysterious piece of footage from 1957, which reveals a colossal ice wall extending into the horizon. The 1957 footage presents a mesmerizing landscape, an endless expanse of towering ice forming a barrier that seems to stretch into infinity. Proponents of the Flat Earth theory believe this wall to be the outer boundary of Earth, a massive ring of ice encircling the planet's disc-like form, containing the world's oceans within its vast expanse. Theorists also point to the historical presence of military expeditions and the classified operations in Antarctica as evidence of a cover-up. They interpret these military activities not as research or defense-related, but as part of a concerted effort to guard the ice wall and control the flow of information regarding the true nature of the Earth. In the mid-20th century, the United States embarked on several notable operations in Antarctica, each with distinct objectives and intriguing implications. Among these were Operation Deep Freeze, which began in 1955 to 56, and Operation Fishbowl, a part of the larger Operation Dominic, conducted in 1962. Operation Deep Freeze was primarily a scientific endeavor, focusing on establishing various research stations across Antarctica. The goal was to facilitate extensive scientific studies in this remote and harsh environment, ranging from climatology to geology. On the other hand, Operation Fishbowl, conducted in 1962, had a different focus. It was a series of high-altitude nuclear tests, and its intriguing name, alongside the context of the text, has caught the attention of many, pointing to the operation's name, Fishbowl, as potentially indicative of the Flat Earth theory's belief in a dome-like structure surrounding the Earth. But the enigma of Antarctica extends far beyond its icy wall, touching upon mysteries of a forgotten past. Among these is the intriguing lost civilization theory, which claims that this now desolate continent was once home to an ancient advanced civilization, potentially even the legendary Atlantis. And one of the clues pointing to this theory is the Piri-Reis map. The Piri-Reis map, created in 1513 by the Ottoman admiral and cartographer Piri-Reis, is a world map that some believe shows the coast of Antarctica long before it was officially discovered. Intriguingly, part of the map depicts a landmass where Antarctica is located, but without its covering of ice. This has led to speculation that the map is based on even older sources that charted Antarctica at a time when it was free of ice. Adding to this mystery are satellite images that have revealed peculiar formations beneath the ice that strikingly resembled a human face and a pyramid-like structure. Some suggest it could be the remains of ancient structures or even entire cities. Do these pictures really show evidence of a lost civilization that built pyramids such as the Great Pyramid of Giza? From a scientific perspective, recent studies have indeed revealed that Antarctica was once a tropical rainforest, thriving with life. About 90 million years ago, during the Cretaceous period, the continent boasted a warm climate, dense vegetation, and diverse wildlife. So, if Antarctica was once habitable, could it be holding secrets of a forgotten chapter in human history? And what about the rumors of extraterrestrial bases? These tales, persisting through time, suggest the possibility of a long-standing extraterrestrial presence in this remote part of the world. In July 2018, investigative journalist Linda Moulton Howe reported an intriguing conversation with a former US Navy SEAL, identified only as Spartan 1, who claimed to have inside knowledge of such activities. According to Spartan 1, during a secretive mission in Antarctica, his team accidentally encountered an enigmatic octagonal structure emerging from the ice. Despite its formidable appearance with thick doors, the structure was surprisingly easy to access. Inside, regardless of the freezing temperatures outside, it was warm. The interior was illuminated with a soft green light, but the source of this light was unclear. The walls were covered in strange symbols, unlike any known language. Could Spartan 1's story be true? Is it possible that hidden under Antarctica's ice are structures not made by humans, possibly even by aliens? If so, discovering these structures could change our understanding of history. Perhaps beneath the ice, there are ancient buildings or other evidence of life forms that once or might still exist there. Such a discovery could be one of the most significant in human history. We cannot talk about Antarctica without mentioning Admiral Byrd. In a 1954 interview, Admiral Richard E. Byrd hinted at the existence of immense unexplored resources and mysterious territories hidden beyond the icy borders of Antarctica. Did his adventures in the Antarctic uncover truths that gave credibility to the Flat Earth theory, or reveal the presence of a hidden civilization flourishing beneath the ice? In 1946, a year following the conclusion of World War II, the US government initiated Operation Highjump, an extensive military expedition to Antarctica. The operation showcased an impressive array of military might, including the aircraft carrier Casablanca, with 25 aircraft and 7 helicopters, a submarine, an icebreaker, and a personnel complement of 4,700. Arriving in Antarctica on February 1, 1947, the mission was aimed for 8 months and involved thorough aerial photography and the establishment of a polar station. The official narrative stated that the expedition aimed to explore resources like coal and to assess the viability of establishing military bases in the extreme polar conditions. President Truman and the US government, intrigued by the largely unexplored Antarctic region, were reportedly keen on asserting American dominance there. So, while initially downplayed, it was later acknowledged that one aim of the mission was to assert US sovereignty over a significant portion of Antarctic territory. However, more sensational claims emerged, including those from journalists written by Admiral Byrd, suggesting a confrontation with Nazi UFOs. These accounts fueled speculation that the expedition's real goal was to locate missing Nazi leaders, allegedly hiding at a base in Antarctica. While the operation was still in action, there were alarming statements transmitted through the radio, such as, "We are being attacked. We are suffering heavy losses." There were also accounts of unidentified vessels surfacing near ships and the appearance of saucer-like aircraft using ray-like weapons capable of inflicting severe damage. These encounters reportedly led to devastating losses for the American fleet, compelling its retreat back to the United States. Despite the uncertainty surrounding these events, it was clear that the expedition faced unforeseen challenges in Antarctica, abruptly ceasing operations and returning stateside on March 3, 1947. The aftermath of the expedition was veiled in secrecy. All related materials were classified, and no official explanation was offered for Rear Admiral Byrd's swift withdrawal from Antarctica. Subsequent reports revealed significant losses: a ship, 13 damaged aircraft, 68 casualties, and an aircraft carrier in need of urgent repairs. In a confidential briefing to a presidential commission in April 1947, Rear Admiral Byrd reportedly described attacks by mysterious flying saucers emerging from the ground, causing substantial damage. Interestingly, post-expedition, Rear Admiral Byrd was sent to a mental institution for 5 years, followed by his eventual reinstatement to a commanding role in the Navy. This sequence of events suggested an attempt by the government to suppress certain information rather than a genuine concern for Byrd's mental health. Press rumors hypothesized that Byrd had encountered forces from a Fourth Reich or New Swabia in Antarctica, and that the flying saucers were remnants of secret Nazi technology. The true nature of the encounters during Operation Highjump remains a mystery. According to different accounts, the true objective of Operation Highjump was far more unconventional than initially perceived. Some claim that in a remarkable turn of events, the US government negotiated a deal wherein the president consented to the aliens performing experiments on humans. These experiments, as claimed, were carried out secretly in US national parks and forests. While it might sound unbelievable, this claim coincides with the enigmatic series of incidents known as the Missing 411, a collection of unsolved disappearances occurring under mysterious circumstances in national parks across the United States. So, what really happened during these secret US military operations in Antarctica? And did the US military truly face off against advanced technology, possibly of Nazi origin, in the icy expanses of Antarctica? A theory explaining this revolves around the 1939 German expedition to Antarctica, where they claimed a portion of the continent, claiming it New Swabia. Rumors stated that the Germans not only established a secret base there, but may have also constructed an extensive city within a network of ice caves, possibly serving as a refuge for Adolf Hitler and other high-ranking officials. Many researchers suggest the possibility that the Nazis really had established an alliance with extraterrestrials during World War II, supposedly gaining access to advanced alien technology. However, the reasons why this extraordinary technology was not used in the war, or why these alien entities chose to stay in Antarctica after the conflict, remain a mystery. The Nazi regime's fascination with ancient civilizations and the myth of a superior, extinct race led them on a quest for the Arctic homeland, believed to be the cradle of the Aryan race. The Vril Society was an esoteric circle in Nazi Germany that held the belief that a primordial civilization, advanced beyond our current understanding, once dominated Earth's surface. According to their lore, this civilization retreated into the Earth's inner layers following a devastating conflict with another alien race. This ancient society was speculated to be either the Atlanteans or the Lemurians, or perhaps an even more ancient extraterrestrial civilization, believed to be the progenitors of these mythical creatures. Proponents of the Vril Society's teachings asserted that the return of these masters from within the Earth would bring about a transformative era for our planet. They believed that the key to surviving and thriving in this new age lay in harnessing Vril power, a form of energy that could be accessed through deep meditative concentration. This practice was thought to be a legacy of the Atlanteans, a technique that could awaken a latent, potent force inherent in every true Aryan, as per their belief. Between 1937 and 1939, the Nazis embarked on a comprehensive study of Europe's mines and caves and ventured into the uncharted terrains of Antarctica. Their mission? To locate a supposed gateway near the South Pole, a mystical passage claimed to lead to the underworld. It was in this remote, icy wilderness that the Nazis allegedly made contact with superhumans in the legendary Rainbow City, hidden beneath the Antarctic ice. The fascination of Hitler and the Nazis with Antarctica was driven by a belief that the continent concealed something extraordinary beneath its icy exterior. Upon their exploration, they reportedly stumbled upon massive cities, replete with sophisticated infrastructure and advanced technological constructs, some of which were buried deep underground. Here, in a region they named New Swabia, the Nazis supposedly established a military base. Its purpose was twofold: to serve as a haven for secretive Vril technologies and to facilitate their advancement. Around 1942 to 1943, they reportedly constructed an underground facility within the Mügli-Hoffmann Mountain, known as Base 211. This base, surrounded by warm mineral springs and rich iron ore deposits, was accessible via an underground passage, linking its entrance to submarine docks. Throughout World War II, German submarines routinely traversed the waters of the South Atlantic, Antarctica, and South America along carefully plotted courses designed to avoid detection. Additionally, the Germans established weather stations on isolated islands bridging South America and Antarctica and deployed weather buoys in Antarctic waters. Some sources state that in 1942, the Nazis initiated another ambitious project: the permanent settlement of a military colony near Base 211. This endeavor involved the selection of over 10,000 Aryan women and about 3,000 young soldiers aged 17 to 24 for colonization. As the war drew to a close in March 1945, it is theorized that the last remnants of Vril technology were secretly transferred to this outpost under the supervision of SS General Hans Kammler, who was also responsible for managing the development of the Reich's classified weaponry. But the discoveries in Antarctica have gone beyond urban marvels. In 1939, during the German Antarctic expedition, led by Captain Alfred Richter of the research vessel Schwabenland, an unexpected finding was made. The expedition, which had successfully mapped approximately 600,000 square kilometers, reportedly found an entrance to the inland in its second year of its exploration. Guided by the esoteric beliefs of the Vril Society, Captain Richter's team unearthed an ancient sarcophagus along the west coast of Neuschwabenland. Within this relic, they found a series of tablets named the Elat Litum, along with an assortment of technical devices and instructional texts. These artifacts, previously hinted at communications received by Maria Rorsic between 1919 and 1924, were subsequently shared with the Vril Society. The Elat Litum plates, composed of multiple metallic tablets, were moved to Argentina in 1941 for safekeeping, with the text being sent to Berlin for translation by experts in ancient languages. Initially a mystery, the language of the plates was later identified as Sumerian. It was not until 2009 that the Thule Society publicly revealed these artifacts. But what do they say? The narrative on the Elat Litum plates is rich and complex, detailing the arrival and the origins of the Anunnaki on Earth, believed to have journeyed from the star Aldebaran. The text describes their initial encounters with enigmatic reptilian creatures and delves into the genesis of new species and races, DNA evolution, and other scientific marvels. The plates also contain prophecies, including signs of the Anunnaki's return, interpreted today as the appearance of various crop circles. But what is even more intriguing is that among the contents of the sarcophagus were blueprints for a spacecraft named the Vril Odin. According to the inscriptions, this ship was not only fully designed, but was also ready for its first voyage by the fall of 1944, with the distant planet in the Aldebaran system as its intended destination. So, can we trust these narratives? Did the Nazis really cooperate with ancient alien civilizations in Antarctica? And was it them that Admiral Byrd and the US Operation Highjump encountered in 1946? While science begins to unravel some of Antarctica's mysteries, others still remain a wonder. Are we even closer to deciphering the truths that lie hidden in its icy embrace? Now, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and if you want to discover more shocking secrets of Antarctica, watch our related videos on this topic. Keep your minds open, and until we meet again.